What's going on, YouTube? It's your girl Monique Nicole, and I am back with another video. I know you guys miss me. I know you do. I know you do. I miss you too. Before we get started, baby, if you are new to my channel, please go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. Please, I need all the support that I can get. So like this video and subscribe, please and thank you. Today, honey, we got some things to really talk about. Like, seriously, this is about to be a very much unfiltered video. I mean, all my videos are very unfiltered. This is going to be an unfiltered video. I know everyone's talking about it, so you know what? I figured I would also hop on the web and discuss it as well before we all get sick of hearing her name and the person that I'm referring to. Her name is Porsha Williams from Housewives of Atlanta. And she just had a spinoff show on Bravo titled Porsha Family Matters, aka Porsha Family Lies, aka Porsha's Web of Lies. That's what I like to call it, because it was a hot mess. So listen, we're gonna dive in. I'm basically going to do a dive into the most controversial moments, the top moments that viewers really have been talking about throughout this season of her spinoff. I think it's only been like 8 episodes. I'm just gonna go over the main points and topics. And again, this the main controversial things that have come up on the show that has really caused us viewers and us fans, former fans of Porsha, to kind of raise our eyebrows a little bit. Like, this don't look good. This ain't the math ain't mathin', basically. So before I dive in to the points that I want to make, I'm going to just start out by just giving some backstory as far as me, right? Because we all watch these reality shows and we all have our different faves and all that bull crap. So I will say overall, in the almost 10 years that Porsha's been on reality TV, I have for the most part been a fan of Porsha's and have defended Porsha and really have taken a liking to her on television, like a lot of people have over the years. Like, I used to really like Porsha. I stopped liking Porsha temporarily years ago when the whole Candy Phaedra situation, I'll just say allegations, the dungeon, if you will. There's certain words that pick up on YouTube, and I don't want no problems with the YouTube. So when that situation happened, I kind of pulled back. I didn't like what I was seeing with Porsha. I think everybody kind of pulled back. Well, except for her like psychotic fans who like worship everything that she does. Besides those people, all the other reasonable, logical people in the world took a step back. I was like, ooh, Porsha, that wasn't cute. I'm gonna need you to come correct. And when she redeemed herself, it took a couple years, but for me, she redeemed herself. And I was again liking Porsha. Look, Porsha, I'm about to go in on her, but let me give some positive. Porsha is, for the most part, a likable person. She was fun. She was young. She has a fun spirit about her. Even people who she's no longer friends with, like Eva, even when Candy was not close with her, like they couldn't deny, like, look, Porsha's fun. Porsha is a fun time. Like, she is a fun girl to have around and blah, 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 and all that good stuff. But there is another side to Porsha, and it showed on Housewives of Atlanta. I definitely spotted some of the things that I'm about to go in on. I have spotted on RHOA. However, I feel like this spinoff, sorry y'all, my back is killing me, so I have a back pillow. However, on her spinoff, all those flaws that some of us saw on RHOA were like red flags. I mean, like, not even red flags. It was like sirens going off when you watch the spinoff. Because you know what? A spinoff, even though there's like B characters, it's really about you. I feel like when you're on like an RHOA, it's easier for certain things to go unnoticed because it's an ensemble cast. There's 5 or 6 women that the cameras have to highlight and show their lives. So we're not gonna see all the shit that you do. On your spinoff, baby, we're gonna see a lot. And I know they cut out stuff, but we're gonna see a lot more of your ish than we would on RHOA, because you don't have to split it with 6 other main characters. On her spinoff, she's the main character and there's B characters, but they're B characters. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of Porsha shit was able to be highlighted on this spinoff. So you know what? Let's get into it. I'm gonna start off by saying this statement about Porsha, my conclusion of her, and then I'm gonna get into the details. Porsha Williams, selfish, controlling, inconsiderate, unreasonable, and not only that, does not take accountability well, does not know how to take accountability, and does not know how to own her shit. In addition to that, she has a lot of yes men. She has a lot of yes men around her. And it seems like, I won't say the minute, but if you don't, I don't want to say the minute you stop it, but if you start to like not fall in line with Porsha and her antics and her BS and her lies, it's kind of like you get, but if you're a yes man to her and her BS and you don't call her out that much, you're gonna stick around for a long time, basically. Oh, and she's a liar too. Did I say that? So I'm gonna start from the beginning of the show. Literally, this is just a few bullet points. I'm not going episode by episode. I'm literally giving y'all the good stuff so that if you have not watched this show, you will want to go back and watch it and see what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to go over the main points, you guys, the main issues that I freaking had with the show, like the main controversial moments that took place on the show. So from the beginning, episode 1, first episode, baby, out the gate, when it came to the union, it's not even a union yet. When it came to Porsha and Simon getting together, right? We got, I kid you not, we got 3 different versions of the story. So someone's lying, and I think I know who it is. Porsha. So on Instagram a few months ago, Porsha started out by saying that, what did she say? She said she had a video clip or something, or a picture of she and Shamia. And she was like, yeah, shout out to Shamia, the best matchmaker. Like, my bestie is like the best matchmaker. Me and Simon, yeah, she matched us up. Yeah. Trying to insinuate that Shamia played matchmaker for them. Although we know how they already met through Fallon. Anyway. So on the show, you guys, Porsha had her version. In her version, she basically was saying that Simon hit her up. Simon was the one that made initial contact with her. Simon says, these are all confessionals, right? So in her confessional, she said that Simon reached out to her. In Simon's confessional, he said that Porsha slid into his DMs. Per Simon, Porsha DM'd him and was on some like, oh, I heard about the divorce. I'm so sorry that happened. I hope you're okay. You know, how are you holding up? Trying to be like a nice friend. Bitch, you not fooling nobody. You know what you're doing. Did you slide in Fallon's DMs to make sure she was okay? Did you text her? But you slid in Simon's DMs. I hope you're okay. I'm just checking on you. That's what Simon said. Actually, I believe Simon. So we got 3 different stories, and Porsha's a liar. Next case. So I think it was the first episode or second episode. There was it was Mother's Day, right? So it was like a Mother's Day situation. Basically, this is the infamous picture that we saw on Mother's Day weekend of Porsha, Simon, and Dennis all together in one photo. That was the infamous picture that made, oh my God, a frenzy on the internet that made everyone start talking, start speculating, all that good stuff. So basically, Mother's Day weekend, right? Dennis had already planned this Mother's Day weekend when it was gonna be like Porsha, and it was gonna be like a lot of the women in Porsha's family. It was gonna be like a really nice thing, I think at Porsha's house or something. And of course their baby, Pilar, was gonna be there. Like, so he planned this per Dennis. He planned that Mother's Day event weeks before he found out about Simon, okay? So they still had the event, and Porsha used that as an opportunity to tell, not tell, because she had already told Dennis this over the phone, right? I think maybe a couple days before Mother's Day. So still, it was still kind of sprung on him. Like, this shit all kind of happened within a week, basically. So Dennis was there, and let's just say it was really awkward. Like, and it wasn't just awkward for Dennis, it was awkward for Porsha's sister Lauren. It was awkward for other family members, because it's like, okay, Porsha's sitting in this main seat with another man and her child, well, she and Dennis's child, Pilar, on the other side. It's just like, usually, I think Lauren was like, it's kind of weird because usually Dennis would be sitting there with her. So now we're at an event all together, and Dennis is not sitting next to Porsha, but he's sitting over here, and this new man that we barely know. It's just, it was freaking weird. And this is one of my main issues with Porsha, and she has displayed this time and time again. Porsha wants things done how she wants them, and she doesn't care who it may affect. So meaning, if Porsha wants to have Simon there, she's gonna do it. She doesn't care if it's gonna be awkward or weird for Dennis. She doesn't care if it's gonna be this way for this person. It's what Porsha wants, and Portia's gonna get it. And there's a plethora of examples throughout the show. Back on RHOA, I just didn't like it. It was awkward to watch. And when someone's own family members are saying that it was very awkward for them, yeah, that speaks volumes. So I hated that Mother's Day situation, what she did. So yeah, let's get to the good stuff. Mexico, AKA Messico. So for those that don't know, Porsha planned or had this idea to basically blend the families together, right? She wanted to go on this family retreat. She, Bravo, whoever, wanted to go on this family retreat to help blend the family and help everybody come together and have a kumbaya moment and squash any past issues and just be one big happy family and blend families and da-da-da-da-da. All that good stuff. Sounds good on paper, right? So the thing is, with the casting of this show, it's almost like everyone didn't really know each other. Everyone wasn't really that close, right? So of course we have sisters. Porsha's sister Lauren, right, who we're familiar with. We have their cousin named Londi, who I actually like. Londi, we've never seen Londi on RHOA, so she's brand new to us. Porsha has this other annoying, trifling, annoying cousin named, see, I forgot the bitch's name, Storm. We see a couple of Porsha's aunts, and then Aunt Liz, who is on Porsha's father's side of the family. So she is from the Hosea Williams side of the family. So that's another thing. It seems like Porsha is not that close with her father's side, like the Hosea Williams side. I feel like she's closer with her mom's side. But there may be some issues there with some of the family members from the other side of the family. So just keep that in mind. So they get to Mexico, okay? And basically Lauren planned this whole trip because Lauren is very zen and she does yoga and meditation and does a lot of spiritual, whatever, different things, and cool. I'm for all of that stuff. I'm all for meditation and stuff. And spiritual healing. So she basically, the way they set it up is like Porsha. Lauren planned the trip and she set things up, and I think she had, I don't want to know, who was it? I don't know, someone else that she knows in that world of meditation and yoga. Some other girl was there with her to help her basically assist through a lot of the exercises, because it was supposed to like, you know, go really deep and get very emotional, and which it did at a couple scenes. You know, I feel like there was one scene where it was actually very genuine. I actually don't feel like Porsha had any genuine healing moment. Other members of the family did. Even Dennis did, even Mama Gina did. His mother had a couple real, you know, it felt real like moments in the healing process of the trip, but it's just, Porsha's very, anyway. So in Mexico, the things that I could not stand. So this is the Mexico trip, you guys, is the meat and potatoes of the show, of the spinoff. That is where a lot of the drama happened. The infamous fight that went viral a couple weeks ago, this is where it happened. So please pay attention. Do not skip this part. Do not stop watching it, because we're about to get into some things. And while you're watching, if you have not already, please subscribe to my channel, honey. Please. You will get good, authentic content from your girl. Intellectual content. I'm funny. I'm cute. I'm relatable. Please subscribe. Help a sister out, please, okay? All right, so let's get into it. In Mexico, okay, basically, like I said, Lauren pretty much spearheaded this trip. She planned it the whole nine, right? So the way she booked the rooms, and I feel like, I don't know if this is her own controlling habit that she has, or she was looking out for her sister, Porsha. But basically, Lauren booked the rooms and had Dennis, a grown-ass man, sharing a suite. Now, it was a nice, large suite. Don't get it twisted. But sharing a suite with Lauren and then like another, Porsha's assistant, who's also named as Lauren, right? Even though Dennis is cool with them, he was just kind of like, yeah, I kind of want my own space so I can kind of do my own thing. And Lauren was trying to convince him, like, no, I want you to stay in here. We'll have fun. We'll bond. And Dennis was like, nah. In the confessional, Lauren admitted that she purposely did that because she wanted to keep an eye out on Dennis and didn't want him bringing back any random girls to his room. First of all, hunty, why is that any of your concern? If this grown-ass single man decides to bring a chick to his room while your sister is gallivanting and parading her new fiance in front of Dennis, her old fiance. That's crazy to me. So I thought Lauren was shady and trifling for that. I don't know if low-key Porsha asked her to do that and she's being a nice big sister, big little sister, and doing that for Porsha, but it wasn't a good look. So off rip, I was like, nah, he didn't like it either. So he eventually got his own room, as he freaking should, having that grown-ass man room with two bitches. Fuck out of here. So throughout Mexico, it really seemed like Porsha allowed her cousin Storm to get away with a lot of bad behavior. Storm is very young. She's got a very young, immature, ignorant personality. She overtalks people. She's very loud. She's very boisterous. She's very disrespectful. I don't care about being loud. I'm a loud girl. I talk. I got a big ass mouth, right? She was disrespectful to everyone, mainly Dennis and Londi. Okay? Backstory that was revealed on the show. Basically, Storm used to work at Crew Lounge, right? Which is Dennis's spot here in Atlanta. She used to work there at Crew. And allegedly, there were rumors on the show, they hinted towards this, right? They didn't want to confirm, they confirmed it, but they didn't confirm it. Basically, there was rumors that Storm and Dennis used to, almost really cursed, that they used to mess around. Okay, they danced on the subject, but they didn't confirm it, but it was presented on camera, right? Not only did they allegedly, possibly used to fool around, Dennis claims that he has fired Storm. That Storm was fired several times for just bad behavior, being disrespectful to management and other coworkers, and all types of things, right? So that's a lot. There's already, I say that to let you guys know, there's already contention. There's already issues and chaos and different things like that between Dennis and Storm. So, Storm was just blah, blah. The first dinner scene they have in Mexico, Storm is just being disrespectful. She's butting into an argument. I might as well talk about that because that's kind of what started a lot of the drama. Before they get to Mexico, as a cute little funny thing, as a way to get Dennis there, even though they know Dennis is coming, as a way to get Dennis there because he was apprehensive about coming on the trip, basically Londi and Lauren jokingly were like, look, I know you want to get your Versace robe back from Porsha, so what if we get you the robe and you come to Mexico? So jokingly, they went into Porsha's house and stole the robe, not really, it's Dennis's robe, girl, and gave the robe back to Dennis, right? So this came up at the dinner scene, and Porsha is like, who came into my house and got that? Well, you know what? If they had to convince you with a robe and you don't want to be here genuinely, then you don't need to be here. I don't want anybody here that doesn't want to be here. I don't want nobody here if they don't genuinely want to be here. That was Porsha, causing a major fuss over a funny little small incident, right? Like, we knew Dennis was gonna come. We fucking knew he was gonna come on the trip. Come on now. So that started, and Storm's ass butted in and was being not just butted in with an opinion, butted in being very abrasive and being very disrespectful, right? So Londi got annoyed and kind of said, no, Storm, you don't know the whole situation, They go back and forth, and then Storm stands up and says to Londi, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? Like, she's trying to fight her. Porsha did not check her. Now, Londi is a cousin just as much as Storm is, and Porsha did not check Storm for basically threatening Londi. Hated that. Dennis was getting upset and told Storm to shut the fuck up. Now, usually, I'm gonna be honest, I don't condone a man telling another woman to shut the fuck up or, speak to a woman like that. I don't think it's necessarily to be disrespectful like that. But when you're dealing with a girl like Storm, I might be able to give a brother a pass because Storm is, a piece of work. So that dinner scene was absolutely terrible. Another major thing that caused, discussion on social media, Porsha got very upset and in her feelings when she found out that Dennis was trying to bring a girl to Mexico. Now, the girl wasn't gonna film, she wasn't gonna be on camera, and she wasn't gonna be around their child, Pilar. So to me, there was no reason at all why it should bother Porsha. Again, Porsha, you have I'm getting close to the camera on this one. You have your brand new fiance gallivanting and you're parading him in front of your ex-fiance. Just months prior to getting with Simon, you were trying to get back with Dennis. Just months prior, not a year or 2 years, months prior. You are parading your new fiance in front of your old fiance, and you think that you have a say if he can bring a chick with him? Bitch. And this is the type of unrealistic, unreasonable, controlling behavior that I'm seeing from Porsha that she has shown before, but we're really seeing it on display with it in this oh god, my contacts are dry, you guys. We're seeing it on full display on the spinoff, and it is like terrible. Okay, whoo, my eyes. So what's the next thing? Talked about that. Okay, let's get to it, baby. The infamous fight scene. Let's get into it, hunty. child, where do I begin? Let me look at my notes, child, because it was okay. What basically started the tension and the arguing that night was basically Porsha's former assistant, who was like that gay guy that we've seen several times on RHOA. I think his name is Dom. Him and Dennis were having a moment earlier in the day. They were actually getting along and they were drunk. And you know, when you drink, sometimes your true feelings come out, or sometimes you kind of talk about things that you don't usually talk about, but you want to talk about with that person. So Dennis was basically like, yo, Dom, like, you cool, bro, but low key, you be the ops. Like, I be holding back on you because I don't think I can trust you, and you kind of run back to Porsha and tell her everything, and and you be acting two-faced and whatever. So basically, we get some behind-the-scenes tea that Porsha's assistant Dom was the one that informed Porsha that Dennis was cheating. I'm sorry, I should have gotten my facts straight. Oops, sorry. Basically, Dom told Porsha that Dennis cheated. I think it was a chick that came to Crew Lounge, and that's what I know. So that Dom saw that information. He saw it for himself. He found out through the grapevine. I don't know. They didn't confirm if he was actually there at the lounge when this was happening, but he got the tea and he told the tea to Porsha. Dennis was upset. Now, I will say this in Dom's defense. My thing is, if that's me, Dom didn't owe you anything. Like, to me, Porsha is who he worked. Porsha is his boss. He is her assistant, and they low-key become friends. So why the freak would I not tell my boss, who I'm close with, like actually friends with as well, that I heard that her dude is cheating on her? So I feel like, Dennis, you can't really get upset with that, because to me, that's just loyalty. Like, that's just loyalty. So I felt like, Dennis, you just mad, bro. You just a cheater. You're a cheater who's upset that he got caught. That's how I took it. I didn't agree with that. Now, where shit got popping is somehow that got brought up again at the dinner table. Now, this is the dinner table with everyone, meaning Porsha, Simon, her aunts, Dennis's mom. Like, this is everybody, right? Her cousins. So it comes back up, and basically it's like everybody's having something to say, right? Everybody's talking over each other. Dennis and Dom are getting aggressive with each other. And then Dennis's mom steps in and is like, why are we talking about old stuff? Aren't we supposed to be healing? Like, aren't we supposed to be like on a positive? And I agree. Like, don't get me wrong. Dennis's mom has a problem. She is one of those mothers that I do not like. She is one of those moms that truly enables her son's bad behavior. She is that type of mom. I don't think that she ever checks Dennis on his cheating habits and the trifling things that he's done, and cheating on Porsha while she was pregnant, which is the worst thing you can do to a woman besides hitting her. That's the worst thing you could do to a woman. Okay? So I'm always gonna defend Porsha with that. You know what I mean? And Dennis's mom definitely gives that enabling mom, oh, my son did nothing wrong. She gives that tea. So don't get me wrong. I can understand Porsha's frustrations. I'll give her that. But I felt like Porsha, her response to Mama Gina was quite disrespectful. I just feel like she just kind of like popped off. And it just, the whole thing escalated. And I feel like Porsha is wrong for this too, because do not have these conversations with your new man sitting next to you. I'm not gonna do that with my new man sitting next to me in a whole table full of people. If I still have some resentment, okay, I may have made a comment here and there, but what Monique would have done, Monique would have said, you know what, guys, let's not bring up old stuff. We can discuss this at a later time. Let's just not talk about it tonight. You know, let's not do this here. Not right now. Let's not do it. Because it was already getting very contentious. You know what I'm saying? It was getting tense. So it escalates, and Dom was on 10. I felt like he got really rah-rah and aggressive with the women there. But when it was just him and Dennis and the other two girls earlier, when they were having shots and stuff, chilling, he was cool. Even when Dennis's voice got a little escalated, Dom wasn't really, everybody was kind of cool. But at the dinner table, I felt like Dom got real aggressive and he was trying to buck. He was trying to buck up at Dennis, and Dennis was on some like, bro, we can catch a fade real quick. Like, we can catch a fade. That escalated the situation. Porsha's ass then calls security on her baby father, the father of her daughter, right? Security. What the fuck are you calling security for? Just ask him to leave. And he was like, don't worry, I'm gonna leave. So him and his mama leave, because at this point, everybody's upset. When I say everybody, I really mean Porsha, Dennis's mom, and Dom. Everybody else was like trying to like help calm it down for the most part, except for Storm. Oh, and Storm butted her fucking ass in again and was being disrespectful again. So then that's what led him to say shut the fuck up again to her, which I still supported. Sorry, hate me if you want to. And that's when Porsha was like, security, all that stuff. So at this point, Dennis and his mother are getting up from the table and trying to exit stage left. My thing is this: if you want someone to leave, why are you in their way? What Porsha should have done, which I don't agree with her calling security, but after she called security and security and production were coming and they were trying to help escort Dennis and his mama out. Once they were doing that, Porsha should have sat her ass back down at her dinner table and sat next to her husband or her fiance. If y'all watch the clip and watch the full extended scene, watch the whole scene, bro, not just a little quick clip, watch the whole scene, bro, you will see what I'm talking about. Porsha gets up and her stupid ass cousin Storm get up. So they're standing, okay, I'm gonna say this is Porsha and her stupid ass cousin Storm. They're standing here by like a wall, okay? Dennis and his mother are trying to leave, so they're leaving. There's only one way to get out. From the way it looks, they couldn't go like it was this one way to get out. They're leaving. They're not objecting to it. They are willingly leaving the restaurant. Porsha and Storm are still standing here. Dennis and his mom trying to go. They're still chatting. Really, when I say they, I really mean because Portia's really riled up at this moment. So Portia's chatting, and I think Mama Gina's chatting, and Storm is chatting, and they was talking shit to each other or what, something happened. I still do not know who swung first, but I believe Dennis. I think Porsha and Storm, Porsha hit Mama Gina, allegedly, Porsha hit, it looked like it to me, y'all. It looked like it to me. And Dennis, when Lauren got up in the midst of the melee, Lauren got up, was like, stop it. And he was like, they came after my mama. He said they came after my mama. So that leads me to believe that low key, Porsha swung first at Mama Gina and Mama Gina retaliated, and then Storm and Porsha low key tried to jump her. That's what I feel like I saw. That's what the footage shows, really. And when Dennis said it in that moment, not later, in that moment, he said they came after my mama. I believe it. The way it was looking, it looks like Porsha came after Mama Gina. She's never gonna admit it. But that's what it looks like. So when shit hit the fan and the clip started surfacing on social media, and stupid ass Storm tried to lie and say that Dennis assaulted her in Mexico and took pictures of her cutted lip and her bruises, I thought that was extremely dangerous what she did. And the fact that Porsha did not demand her to take those photos down immediately was absolutely terrible. And I look at Porsha's side because Porsha know good and goddamn well that man did not hit her intentionally. She freaking knows that. And let me tell you, I'm a huge advocate. I am so so against domestic violence and abuse. I ride hard for that shit. So trust me, if I felt like it was the other way, I would be going in on Dennis. But I'm telling y'all, in my heart of hearts, me being non-biased and truly looking at the show, in that moment, I felt really bad for what they did to Dennis. Dennis did not hit those girls intentionally. If he hit them, I will be honest, it was in defense of his mother. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't give a shit, man or woman. If you hit my mother in front of me, if you are swinging at my mom, I'm fucking you up. I am going to go ape shit. I'm probably not even gonna, it's probably gonna become like an outer body experience where I'm going to fuck you up. So I don't hold it against him for swinging on them in a moment of defense mode, like fight or flight. I'm sorry. Like, so I just think it was irresponsible for Storm to put a message out there as if a man abused her, and that was not the case. Bitch, it was a fight and your ass you got involved in the fight unnecessarily. Hands were flying, hands were swinging, and you got hit, bitch. And that's the end of it, because you can't say, you don't know which hit was from Mama Gina. You don't know which hit could have been from Porsha, from production. You don't know who hit you. It became a complete melee. If y'all have not seen the clip, y'all need to watch it on Instagram. It was terrible. So I really, really hate what happened on the show and then what later came to social media with the pictures of Storm and her cuts and her bruises. I just thought it was absolutely terrible. It was a dangerous thing to put out there. Dangerous for Dennis, his image, his business, him as a black man in America, and for his daughter Pilar, who is one day going to have to see this. And I hope they both know that, especially Porsha. So we're almost done, y'all, because I'm getting annoyed talking about these people. So we're gonna get to the finale at this point. So the finale, which, let's be clear, the finale was, I think, poorly edited, truly original. You guys usually do good work for the most part, but y'all really effed up with this. The finale was very choppy. It was very like cut up pieces. It started off, whatever, one way, I guess. And then it's like mid-episode, it like fast forward to 4 months later. 4 months later? So y'all telling me y'all had no footage? Y'all didn't have enough footage to take you over? I don't know. Oh, you know what? I think it was only 7 episodes, you guys. It was 7 episodes, and it was supposed to be like 8 or 9 episodes. So I don't know what happened. But they fast forwarded 4 months later, okay? And at this point, they kind of let us know that Porsha and Dennis haven't really been getting along lately, and they've been struggling with co-parenting. So they're kind of like setting us up for the scene, right? So basically, Porsha and Dennis go out to eat and they sit down basically to discuss Pilar and co-parenting and how to improve it and all types of things, right? So at this dinner scene, I'm gonna be honest, Dennis was being very nice. He was being very nice. He complimented Porsha, took her chair out so she could sit down, was very, very polite, very, very respectful. For me, he genuinely seemed like he was going there to be positive and to be like cordial, right? Porsha came, I'm trying to think of the words. She wasn't mean, but I felt like Porsha had a little tood. I feel like she had her guard up. And I feel like she wasn't as friendly. I feel like Dennis was being friendlier with her than she was to him. And she just kind of had she had a slight about her. I'm being really, really honest. And I'm not just saying this because I'm anti-Porsha right now. That's the vibe I got. So they start to discuss co-parenting and things, right? And Porsha, it was cute. It was going okay until Porsha revealed that she's did she reveal it? Or I think he knew. I don't know, y'all. Either way, Porsha revealed that she put her house in Duluth on Sugarloaf Parkway in Sugarloaf Country Club. She revealed to Dennis that she put that house up on the market and that she and Simon closed on their new home in Atlanta. So Dennis was shooked. So at first he was like, oh, where y'all, is it gonna be like, okay, like somewhere in like the suburbs, whatever, whatever. And she's like, it's actually gonna be in Atlanta. And Dennis looked stuck on stupid. He was like, huh? Let me give y'all some backstory for some of y'all that may have forgotten. Please remember when Dennis and Porsha were together and engaged and all that stuff, it was a big fuss between them because Porsha did not want to give up her house in Duluth and she didn't want to live in the city. But Dennis was like, look, though, all my businesses, like my business is in the city. Like my restaurants, this, that, and the third, like everything I have is in the city. So it's really an inconvenience for him to drive 45 minutes to an hour, really an hour, depending on the day, 45 minutes to an hour from downtown and East Atlanta and all that shit to damn Duluth, Georgia. Like for y'all who don't live in Atlanta, I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's an impossible drive. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys, my family's home, right? My family home, my parents' house where I grew up is 10 minutes away from where Porsha lives, okay? So I have a great idea of where she lives, okay? 10 minutes away. I pass her neighborhood all the time. So from downtown where Crew Lounge is at, like I said, it depends on the time. If we're talking 10 o'clock at night, sure, you can get to Duluth in 35 minutes, 35 minutes. But if it's during the day or the morning from where Crew Lounge is, bruh, that's gonna be about 45 minutes to an hour. Easy. So I get where he was saying. So anyway, just some backstory if y'all forgot. That is why his mood changed, and he low-key looked to me, he looked kind of hurt, like, damn, sis, you're moving to the city for Simon, but when I damn near begged you to move for me, you didn't want to. So I hope y'all caught that. I don't know if you did. So once she announced that, mind you, when she announced that, Dennis was still polite. He was still respectful. He was still all of those things. He didn't become nasty towards her. It was still regular questions. This man asked Porsha, okay, well, congratulations, all the nice pleasantries. He goes, all right, I mean, where in the city are you guys moving to? Porsha was like, it's in the city, like, He's like, oh, okay. Is it like Sandy Springs? Is it Buckhead? Is it Midtown? Like where, like, he's not asking for an address here, bitch. He's asking what part of Atlanta are you and my child moving to? And she's like, yeah, well, you'll see it. You'll see it when you come and pick her up. Yeah. That's how Porsha was being. I'm gonna be honest, at that point, if it was me, I would have been irritated as fuck. He still didn't pop off on her. He still kept his cool. Then she mentioned something, oh, like the schools are great out there, like the school, she said like the school, and he was like, oh, school, what school? Oh, okay, she's switching schools. Okay, what school she going to or whatever? Like, what school she going to? And she's like, oh, I've been vetting them out. I didn't decide yet, but I've been vetting them out. He was like, well, basically I'd like to be a part of that process. Like, I'd like to know what school my child gonna go to, hello. That's when it became, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, that man still didn't turn up. It was just his line of questioning was pissing off Porsha. Why? Because Porsha likes to be in control. She likes things to be done her way. It's Porsha's way or the highway. She does not know how to fucking compromise. She's very unreasonable. She really, really, really is an unreasonable person. Then somehow it came to money because he brought up, he was like, I pay for her school. Like, I pay for her school, so I would definitely want to have a say in the process. And Porsha, child, she told on herself because one minute she said, I cannot remember the comment, if it was that comment or another comment, but it basically then switched to money. And Porsha was like, now Dennis, stop. She was like, I didn't even want to do that to you. Don't even bring that stuff up because you know you don't be paying for nothing. You know you don't pay for nothing. So she first said to that man on camera that he doesn't pay anything for his child. Then she switched it up and was like, okay, well, you pay for her school. Bitch, do you know how much it is for school? And I'm sure Pilar ain't going to no regular school. She's probably going to a damn private school where all the other little celebrity kids fucking go. That's what they do in Atlanta. You send their, especially the black celebrities, they send their kids to the same private school. Like, come on, sis. You know it ain't no cheap ass school. These daycares be charging an arm and a leg, so I can only imagine what a damn tuition for one of them little private schools. Don't play him like that. And then he was like, really? He was like, I mean, what else you need? Like, if you need something else, let me know. He was like, but we know we both, neither of us are struggling for money. And she was like, I know that. Like, it became a whole tit for tat. And I'm sorry, I blame Porsha. That entire dinner scene with all the contention and her attitude and just being, to me, Dennis really came in there on some positive shit. And because Porsha started to get questioned and it wasn't going her way, then that led Dennis to kind of be like, okay, well, I think that we need to have some type of agreement, like our parenting plan. We should get a judge involved just to help us with the parenting plan. Even when Dennis brought up a judge, that man wasn't being threatening. He wasn't being disrespectful. He wasn't being spiteful. He genuinely was like, look, like let's try to like have a mediator, a judge, and do like a parenting plan, right? That could benefit both of us. Like, cause right, and she's like, we don't need no judge. We don't need no judge. We can do this on our own. But I'm just like, Porsha, you say that and y'all been doing it for a year plus now. And it's looking like you hold all the cards, sis. Like, you're not being compromising in any way, shape, or form. And anytime this man is simply asking where the fuck you're moving to with his child and you being an asshole about it. You won't even tell him what city, what part of Atlanta you're moving to. Really, bitch? So that at that point, shit got crunk because Porsha got offended. We don't need no judge. You're gonna threaten me with the judge? He did not threaten her, y'all. Y'all have to watch it for yourself. He did not threaten Porsha. He was saying it on some like, look, it could be like a middleman. All peace, man. He was not threatening her. He was not. He wasn't pulling like a Martell Holt on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and he was not threatening Porsha. Porsha, her judge, and she blew up. They go back and forth, and he blows up. And he's like, I ain't doing this shit. Like, this is crazy, man. Like, it was bad. The food arrived. He was like, nah, y'all can box that up. He's like, I'll pay for it, but I don't want it. It was a whole situation, and it was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. Terrible. I'm already at 48 minutes, you guys. I don't know. There's one more scene and incident between Londi and Porsha that I really want to talk about, but I don't know if I want to make this video so long, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's worth talking about. So, I did not write notes on it, so I hope I get this right. Okay, so basically Londi and Porsha sit down for lunch, right? And, gosh, what happened? So Porsha and Londi sit down for lunch, and Londi really wanted to have the lunch just to have a conversation with Porsha, not only about Mexico, but just like their relationship in general, right? Like them kind of working to rebuild their relationship as cousins. And just, Londi wanted to be really transparent and be honest and just kind of express her feelings of feeling like Porsha doesn't really have her back like that, or doesn't really like her that much, and it's like I said throughout the shows, pretty fucking obvious how she was really capping for Storm, but not Londi. So it was obvious. I definitely feel like there is some validity into the way Londi's feeling. And, you know, the conversation goes, and at first it was cute and peaceful, but then, you know, Londi called Porsha out on a couple things. And I forget how it got blurted out, but basically Londi was like, okay, well, how about this? Dennis, while we were in Mexico, Dennis told me that you were the one to tell him to fire me. Let me break it down for y'all. At one point, Londi was Porsha's assistant. And at some point, Porsha fired her cousin as her assistant. I guess, I don't know if she didn't want to do the dirty work, but apparently she told Dennis to fire her own cousin, which I don't fucking understand how the hell that makes sense, but it sounds like something Porsha would do. So Londi was like, yeah, I mean, Dennis told me that in Mexico. And Porsha's reaction, if you guys thought the RHOA moment when she was like, who said that? If y'all thought that was bad, no. This right here, you could Porsha is not a good liar, bitch. She is not a good liar, because it was all over her face. She was like, huh? I don't remember that. She was caught red-handed. Y'all, it was so freaking obvious, man. Hella fucking obvious. So they go back and forth. She's like, I don't remember that, and da-da-da-da. In the confessional interview part, Porsha says that, you know, there was an incident where Londi was packing her suitcase, basically packing Porsha's suitcase for her for a trip. And when it came to the toiletries section, she did not package certain toiletries in a secure fashion. So because of that, baby oil leaked on one of her Chanel purses, her Chanel leopard skin, whatever purse. And that's what made her fire her. I feel like that was the cherry on top of the cake. And there may have been other reasons why Porsha fired her, but that's the excuse that Porsha gave us. So it's like, bitch, you do remember, so why the fuck are you acting fucking stupid, bitch? And it became a whole thing. And then Porsha is bringing up like not feeling support from Londi in the past and talking about, oh, I was in a whole abusive relationship and where were you? You were nowhere to be found. She's referencing her relationship with Cordell Stewart umpteen years ago, her first marriage, which, don't get me wrong, Cordell was woo. So I will give that to Porsha. Cordell was a piece of work. And low-key abusive and controlling. So I'll give her that. But she is saying to Londi, like, oh, where was the support? Then I didn't get no support. And Londi was like, but I was in college. Like, I was in college at the time. And Porsha was like, yeah, exactly, whatever. And she got up and walked away. And I'm like, bitch, that is your younger, first of all, your cousin, that's your younger cousin. That ain't your older cousin, that's your younger cousin. And then she's in college. What the fuck she supposed to do? Come home on the weekend and whoop a grown man's ass? What the fuck you want her to do? So it was a mess. So Porsha got up, stood up, stormed off, and she was not on the camera, but she was mic'd up. And she's going off. She's like, I'm so fucking sick of this. My family trying to act like I'm not supportive. My family telling me that I don't spend time with them. I spend time with them. I'm so sick of this bullshit. They're trying to calm her down. She's going off. Then this bitch gonna come back on camera to Londi, and Londi starts crying because Londi can hear, the bitch ain't deaf. She can hear Porsha going off in the back. So when Porsha came out, Londi got emotional and started crying. She was like, oh my God, like I didn't want to make you upset. I just wanted to have like a authentic conversation with you. I really don't want to make you upset. But she's crying, not no little, Londi is crying. And Porsha, the actress, It's like, oh no, Londi, don't stop crying. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you, girl. We're family. We're family. I'm not mad at you. Bitch, she just heard you talking Cash Money shit and going off backstage. Like, it's like when Porsha came out, she just did a switch. And it was really scary. It was really scary to witness. She didn't say, listen, I love you. Yes, I'm a little annoyed. We'll talk about it later. I'm not mad at you though. We'll work through it. It's okay. Like she didn't even acknowledge that she was popping off. So you guys, this video ended up going over, but you know, I basically recapped 7 episodes in 55 minutes, and I'm probably going to edit this anyway. But you guys, honestly, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed my review. I know it's a little bit different how I did it, but yeah, at this point, from everything I witnessed, this spinoff with Porsha, I'm no longer a fan of Porsha. I'm no longer a Porsha supporter. I'm no longer rooting for Porsha. Again, at one point I was. At one point, I was a big fan of Porsha. When I found out Porsha was not gonna be on this season of RHOA, I was really upset. I was sad, I was upset. I was like, it's not gonna be the same without her. I was riding for Porsha. Last season of RHOA, I was riding for her. I was applauding her for her activism. I defended her when Kenya was basically slut shaming her for the stripper gate. I was riding for Porsha. So if I'm saying this, like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, a lot of people on social media, a lot of even Porsha fans on social media, I think in the 10 years, this is the first time that Porsha fans are actually calling her out on her bullshit. You see, when she was on RHOA and dealing with Kenya, it was very easy for her to get the sympathy because Kenya does a lot. She's an antagonist, she's an instigator, and it was easy for people to be like, ooh, poor Porsha. But this show, this shit right here, nah, playa. Porsha's true colors came out. We really saw some not so appealing things. I think this show was a terrible mistake. I'm not saying her career is ruined. Her career is not ruined by any means, but I just think that she's definitely gonna lose a fan base, and a lot of people are now hip to her BS, and it's not gonna be as easy for her to manipulate the audience. She went years being able to manipulate the audience, and she is no longer gonna be successful at that. So you guys, if you should you watch it or not? I feel like nothing beats watching something yourself, right? If I go see a movie, the way I take it, the way I feel about it is gonna be totally different than you. And I feel the same way about this show. I feel like everyone who is a fan of Porsha, fan of RHOA, or if you just wanna see the tea, the mess for yourself after seeing it on social media, I definitely think you should watch it for yourself and form your own opinions. And you'll maybe witness a lot of what I have told you guys about and reviewed on this video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.